I poop and read. Don't you poop and read? I poop and read.
No, I poop and play video games.
Wait, what?
Yeah, stinky.
Jim's one item fills his bags.
3, 2, 1.
All right, welcome back to Server Restart In. It's a weekly World of Warcraft podcast where three opinionated players like to get together to discuss their thoughts and opinions on the current state of the game. My name is Jim. I am joined by Kristen.
Hi.
And Brian.
Hello.
And this week, there's a little bit of news that came out. A little bit of Burning Crusade Classics going to apparently be released on June 1st. Along with that, the pre-patch will start on May 18th, which is when you will...
Which is crazy.
I think we said that, or we surmised that Burning Crusade was going to come out before 9/1. I think
We should have took notes better because I'm not going to go back and find out.
Oh, I'm not either. We're just going to assume that that's what we said and be like, yeah, we kind of called it.
Yeah.
You know, because it kind of makes sense because I think that that's the case because we talked about it, how, you know, they were just really converting existing code versus working on a new project. Oh, that too,
yeah. So that was that leak or whatever last week we kind of talked about. So that's neat. Okay, yeah, because
that
I thought for sure
that
like
was
it
after we
wasn't gonna be a month
recorded,
out.
but I think right when there was like that blip on the launcher.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah.
We talked about it, but we didn't discuss it here with every
I don't know. I know.
the five
I know.
people
I felt
that
like
listen to
a
us.
month was like too soon, but yeah, no, sure as hell. That's it.
Right.
And two, the weird thing is that there's a pre-patch cycle that's gonna allow us to level up the
Blood Elves
class
and Draenei.
changes. So,
Yeah. Well, they're gonna put
which
in the
wasn't
new
a thing.
Was
It
there no
wasn't a
pre-patch for
Nope.
BC?
Well, I mean, there probably was, but there was not a class.
So like they're adding in basically the what was it 2.0 stuff into the thing, like as far as like class changes, meaning you'll be able to make an alliance shaman and a horde paladin.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. So
Wasn't
which is a good change. I think it's a good change because then at least
wasn't that on the arrival of the Burning Crusade?
right, but it's gonna happen 2 weeks
but
before
I don't think you could level
it
them.
officially launches.
Right. I mean, I get that, but I don't know. Isn't that what they normally do that though?
They have been.
it was a BC thing. It wasn't a pre-patch thing.
Right.
So on release day is when you could finally.
Yeah, I was not. I had moved at that point, so I wasn't actually playing when BC launched. So I don't remember the launch of it because I wasn't actually there for it.
I wasn't. I started playing later, so. But
I remember it wasn't a. Yeah, it was like a launch day thing because it was a part of the expansion itself. It wasn't like a. Because like you couldn't play the race if you didn't have the expansion.
Mm.
So that pre-patch versus.
I guess they've gotten better with that kind of stuff anyway. Then because, because you could make a demon hunter prior to Legion, but only if you had the expansion. So I mean, obviously they've gotten a little bit better with that kind of stuff.
This is good. I think it's great because then you can have your new characters, blood elves or whatever, leveled up, ready to go.
Well,
whenever
apparently
BC
they're also doing an XP change too. I think they're reducing the amount of XP to level.
I don't.
So that you can.
It doesn't. Does it take you 2 weeks to get from one to?
It takes you. I would assume it would take you longer
to get to it. Yeah,
But with the pre-patch, I think they're gonna be basically the pre-patch is gonna be 2.0. It's gonna be everything that's the Dark Portal, but the Dark Portal just won't be open. So it's as if you're in BC, but you're not.
Sure.
So there's going to be an experience squish or whatever for leveling for the first 60 levels, I believe. So it takes like 20% less experience to level, which is, I mean, they've done stuff like that before, so, and like I read something on the forums, which I made a error in judgment and have started looking at the forums again. And I don't understand why, and everybody just hates everything and says the dumbest things. But somebody was like, they said we were going to have plenty of time to level them, but 2 weeks, give me a break, blah, blah, blah. And it just was, that was the basic initial post in that thread.
Rest assured that the people, the hardcore people can probably level them within a week.
Oh,
I'm
sure.
pretty sure when
And
Classic came out, there were people that were leveling within a week. So.
Absolutely. And if you take into account the experience change, that'll probably be a little bit easier. Apparently, the level boosts will not work on Blood Elves or Draenei.
Right.
So, which is understandable. I mean, they want you... Or, I guess it's understandable. I don't know. Some people might say it's stupid. But, I mean, it doesn't really matter one way or another to me because I don't like using boosts. But, again, that's just me.
I, sir, will be using a boost. Thank you very much.
Okay. That is fantastic.
Only because I just... Even logging in right now to play... Like, it's fun when my son and I play or hunters together, right? But even just logging in to Classic to level up to get ready, I log in and log right back out.
Yeah.
I logged in and I have been playing on my rogue a little bit, quite a bit, and I feel that I cleared a hurdle. So I think I'm level 14 now. No. Seriously, like when I was like 10 or 11 and all that stuff, everything felt like a chore. It felt really difficult to do things. Like you were running in and like you had to go kill like this named mob and his bodyguards, one of the Scarlet Crusade dudes up in Brill's the town, whatever the undead starting area is.
Oh man,
whatever that zone is. Why can't I think of the name of that?
How you gonna not remember it? Because I can't remember it. Silverpine Forest.
Tirisfal Glade.
Yeah, Tirisfal Glade.
Oh,
Silverpine's the second zone.
Yeah.
With the sepulcher. And no, you have to go into the tower and kill him and his bodyguards. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And then they run out and pull more people in, and then you die, and then hopefully you can get back from the graveyard. And he was the only one left. I'm like, that's great. Makes my job easy. I kill him. He runs out, pulls more people. I kill him. And it was just a kill him, not like a loot anything from him. I killed him, hit sprint, and just got the fuck out of there. And it's like...
Do you have sap at that point?
I do, but sap breaks stealth. Until you spec into it, and even when you do spec into it, it still has a slight chance of breaking stealth.
Oh.
And, and so, like I did that, and I go, why the fuck is sap bringing me out of stealth?
Yeah.
And I had to look it up, and I'm just like, oh, I fucking hate this.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because you don't even get poisons or thistle tea until fucking 20 when you get like the rogue quest shit. But I did all that stuff, and then I got, I guess, a couple decent like daggers or swords or whatever, and up my damage, so things started feeling pretty good. And I cleared out Tirisfal, and now I'm in Silverpine.
We need somebody with fiery enchants, because that would make leveling so much easier.
But yeah, so like I got to the next zone, and now it's like, now I'm starting to fall back into, okay, this is familiar. Go kill some bears, go kill some wolves, go kill some Worgen, that kind of stuff. And it's like all quests that I'm pretty comfortable doing because the mobs are still fairly spread out and all that stuff. Because that was another thing too. Like anything with like those Scarlet Crusade towers, there's a fair density of mobs. So like,
Yeah, and they respawn. Like sometimes they respawn really quick.
Yeah, I think it depends on how many people are killing them, or maybe not. I don't know. But so like it feels like it's picked up, but man, we just got fucking sidetracked because I wanted to talk about there's a deluxe package that you can purchase for Burning Crusade Classic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is. It's $70. It's not a subscription. You don't have to buy the game. What it nets you is you get a mount for retail that is that I don't know if it's the phase shifter lizard thing.
Yeah.
You get one for retail with custom or like the modern graphics of retail or whatever. You get one for Burning Crusade only, which is like the old school design of it. So it's like the same mount almost, but it's the old school model and all that stuff. You get a special Hearthstone. You get the Hearthstone. I think has an effect like the Dark Portal, so it's like a little mini Dark Portal, which is a cool little like toy thing. There is a toy that lets you run around and leave Fellfire footprints behind you, like your Illidan. It's like Illidan something or other. So it's a toy, which whatever. It comes with a boost and 30 days of game time. And I think that's it. So that's a lot of stuff for $70.
What is the boost? Is it a level 60?
It's a level 58 boost for the Burning Crusade stuff.
Yes, please.
But you get, so I would say 2 mounts and the boost right there puts you at 70.
Yeah.
Easy.
That's
so I mean, but the fact that they're doing this is it's got a lot of people in the forums just saying their piece about it.
Yeah.
Right, but so there's still the Dark Portal Pass that's $40.
That's the boost. The Dark Portal Pass is what they're calling the level boost for BC.
Okay.
So yeah, they gave it a kitschy name, so I guess didn't confuse it with something else. I mean, it's a neat little name. It's like, hey, boost you up to 50, you can start Dark Portal stuff. Yeah. I mean,
up to 50?
58.
Oh, okay.
Don't listen to me, except listen to me.
Okay.
Don't listen to me except when you need to listen to me.
Okay.
And just assume that, yes. Shut up.
Can you cut that out?
No.
Cut that out.
But yeah, so they're doing that, and I was reading some stuff, and which I get bored sometimes and do that.
I get bored sometimes and read. Why would you do that?
I poop and read. Don't you poop and read?
No, I poop and play video games.
Wait, what? On your
nothing.
phone.
No.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh, gross. I'm not coming over to your little corner over there.
Yeah, stinky. No, but so when they did Classic, their philosophy behind it was no changes. Unless it was like a game-breaking fucking thing, like a bug or whatever. It was pretty much when Classic came out, it was Classic. It had like the spell batching. It had all like the weirdness of it. It was just Classic. And they've gone through that once and have come to realize that I guess it's not necessarily
all it's cracked up to be.
Well, not just that, but it's not necessarily the right way to do it, right? It's like you're never going to get what you had the first time it came out. And now they have the ability to do things the way that they wanted to do them back then, which I don't know if anybody that's on the development team was around back then for that to be like a claim, but I think maybe they meant they as like Blizzard as a whole or whatever. But like they're doing stuff with the arenas, like there's going to be 2s, 3s, and 5s and all that stuff. like the way the matchmaking system is working. Like they're updating a few of those systems. They're putting that mount in from the shop or whatever, and like things are gonna be. There's gonna be some changes, but nothing that's really gonna make it like less BC. I mean, because like we talked about that before too, when they were doing in the different set of drums for like the lust that leather workers can make.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of having it be an item that upgrades over time, they're just putting in a new recipe that once a certain content phase comes out, that recipe will become available and be at that power level. So rather than have to constantly update the thing, they can put it in at a certain level, let it ride, and then make the change.
Mm-hmm.
Or then, push the other thing. So I think it's a good way to do it because, I mean, nostalgia only carries a game so far.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how good it was way back when. Like, if you were to go try and play Knights of the Old Republic, like, just go out to GOG or wherever that has just basically whatever, like, the original version of it and install it, like, on your PC. Because I PC game, I don't console game that much, so I didn't play it on Xbox or whatever. But, like, you go boot it up, it doesn't have widescreen support native, and all that stuff. And it just, you look at it and it's just like, Jesus fucking Christ. And like, sure, the story's great, but like the mechanics or the controls are a little bit weird and it just doesn't, it's never quite as good as it is in your brain, in your memories,
So I'm curious though. So this TBC mount, I wonder, because once upon a time you had to hold your regular mounts and epic mounts.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There's no indication that they're putting in a mount panel.
A what?
The mount pane, like the book that you open up.
No. Yeah, I don't mean that. What I'm saying is, if you go into TBC, are they going to make a blue version and an epic version of this model of this mount?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a
Because if you go in and they give you an epic one and you don't have epic riding yet, which was expensive to get, and a lot of most of my characters did not have epic until it was BC at that point.
It was the other way around, unless they changed it in BC, right? Remember, it was it wasn't the riding that was expensive to get. It was the mounts that were. That was
was it?
Yeah, that was how it was originally, and then they flip-flopped it.
Oh.
Yeah, the mounts were the expensive things to get.
Interesting.
I was just thinking about bag space because
that's what I was thinking about too.
They're giving you a toy, a Hearthstone, and
Not
a mount.
This expansion, buddy.
That's
Sorry.
3 bag slots that's taken up. How much time in the
full.
how much? Not 3 bags.
You gotta wait to Lich King for that.
3 bags full, I said.
All your bags are full.
Oh my God! No.
I know.
Okay.
Mary had a little lamb. I get the reference, but 3 items does not 3 bags full make.
I mean, for you, maybe.
Jim's one item fills his bag.
Oh my.
Oh Jesus Christ! Are we there already?
Penis jokes. Yeah.
It's not even a raid night. Yeah. So yeah, with the bags, I was just thinking about that too. With the bag space, it's just going to be interesting. How much time is that shit going to spend in your bank? You spend 70. I mean, unless that's just the one mount you're using.
I mean, that's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a huge selection of other than the faction mounts at that time, though.
There was like the rep farmed ones, right?
Yeah, the faction ones.
The winter spring ones,
Yeah,
and the raptor.
The
The raptor one in Ungoro, that was in there, wasn't it?
The Venom Spite Hatchling?
Yeah, I think so.
I
think that was
it was in there.
I
yet.
think that
It was in
the.
it was in BC because I was working on it prior to Lich King,
Yeah, it was.
I believe.
I think that was the
Which I still haven't
alternate
got it
to
yet.
I thought That was the alternate to the winter spring saber one.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but I mean, there's what is Rivendare still have a mount
Yeah.
in?
Stratham.
Yes, Strat. He probably does. I mean, there's probably a few, but they're so rare.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, but in general, like, if you're not doing a lot of that stuff to get those things, you really didn't have much beyond what you just had, basically. Even the like Winter Spring Tiger stuff, when I was Alliance at that point, I know I didn't have any of that. I think the only thing I really had was what honor. Was there honor mounts at that time? Maybe.
Ooh, I don't know if there
remember.
was PvP mounts. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Though, like, there's not a lot to go off of there, so I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. Not at least until we start getting flying mounts, because then you have to worry about adding more to that. So, because then you got the dragon egg people, nether
wing.
Yeah, and all that stuff. So, no, I was just curious. I was curious if that mount was going to be both, or one, or works for each, or something like that. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I would assume that it would just end up being one flavor of it. You know, kind of like when you got, there was a certain mount that you got that would give you epic flying.
Oh yeah, the one
mount,
for doing all the holidays.
Yeah, like when you got that, it would that mount would be at epic speed when you use that mount, but the other ones I guess wouldn't. Even if you didn't have it, I think no.
That one unlocked it.
Yeah, it gave you master.
It gave you you the thing. It wasn't only when you used that mount. It unlocked it for
without you having to pay
that
for it.
Character. Yes.
What a long, strange journey or trip or whatever.
Yeah,
the Violet Proto-Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It unlocked it on that one character that you had it on. It didn't unlock it on any of your other characters, but it unlocked it on the one that you had it on.
Yeah, because that was before mounts were account bound.
Yeah.
And even today, flight and all that stuff levels aren't account bound. So.
Yeah.
But
other than very interesting though.
Yeah. So speaking of interesting, there was another interesting thing that came out a couple days ago, and we had talked about this a while ago, and it revolves around everybody's favorite pastime of multiboxing.
Oh.
So, last November, I want to say, Blizzard had updated their stance on multiboxing, basically saying that any software used to mirror key inputs to multiple clients was forbidden, right? Bannable. Like if they caught that you were using software to, one keyboard, multiple clients, send commands to everything where, so everything's doing everything at the same time, kind of thing, then you got caught and you get banned. Well, like 2-3 days ago, they updated that, and now they're including hardware. So I don't know what hardware exists out there other than some sort of like splitter or whatnot. Like you plug a keyboard into a splitter and it sends it out. I don't know. I don't know what hardware there is for it, but they have now added that to the list of things, and effectively people that multi-box using those methods are now going to be shit out of luck because they'll get caught and banned.
Sure, they're probably not happy.
Nope. Now, that's not to say that you can't open up several windows and go into each one and alt tab through them or whatever and, do your /follow macros and all that kind of stuff. That's still fully acceptable. It's just the fact that you hit one button for a key and by whatever means, it sends that command to multiple clients at the exact same time. That's what they are banning, basically, whether it's software or not. And then, so obviously I saw
Oh
this.
yes.
Go ahead.
So I found this KVM thing that somebody had linked when they were talking about it the first time that they did the policy update back in the last year.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a KVM switch that replicates to 5 PCs. So
I wonder
yeah,
if
that
you
makes
could
sense.
daisy chain those.
It's funny because it looks like it was specifically made for multiboxing,
I mean,
and it's
what?
$400. So
You know, this is. I have to say though, I don't really like multiboxing. I don't really care if people multibox and then don't use it to, like, you know, sell, you know, crazy stuff on the auction house or whatever, make a crap ton of money or whatever. If you want to go out and do it and you know, not really benefit from it in that way, then I have no real problem with it. I don't like what it does to the economy for when people do that. But anyway, that wasn't really my point. It kind of sucks.
get on with it.
For the people who had like 40 accounts and had it for years, and Blizzard let them get away with it for years, and then all of a sudden they're like, we just realized that this is not healthy for our community. Like,
I mean,
come on.
Maybe
You can't tell me you thought that was a healthy thing 5 years ago.
They didn't have a way to fully authenticate that there was a violation of the terms of service. Maybe.
I mean, to be honest, they already do sketchy stuff to validate those things anyway. So
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
mean, right now, my guess is that if you start getting reports of something, you can see the traffic coming from the same IP with the exact same commands going to the thing, so that you could catch that all server side.
I
if
mean,
they analyze that much, but at the same time, my point was more so like from before, whenever they had, and I'm sure they still have something along the lines of what Warden used to be,
right.
but it was basically a process snooper.
Yeah.
And nobody ever had a chance to actually win that argument in court that they were violating your privacy.
Yeah.
By reaching outside of their process and reporting back to their own.
Yeah, I mean,
You're not
there's
supposed to do
a
that.
lot of games that use stuff like that. There's
Yeah.
games like that use Punk Buster and stuff like that.
Well,
And I think as long as if they were to say that we're going to use this to search for things, and if you install the game and
that
run
might have
it,
been
Right,
the
you're
thing, like,
acknowledging
before,
it.
they probably didn't actually say that they were snooping
yeah.
to see if you're cheating versus like easy whatever
right?
that stuff. Yeah,
If
they
it,
Well-
may do that, but I don't think Blizzard did before. That was
That's
the
like
problem.
Genshin Impact makes you launch the game in admin. You can't not launch it in admin because it violates the terms of service
Which-
if you do.
that's just fucking asinine.
Because that's how they use their thing. And I'm sorry, but when a company says, well, we promise we're not going to use your stuff in, for nefarious purposes or whatever. Okay. You promise.
Yeah, it's like using your social security card as collateral.
Yeah. You promise you're not going to do it.
Don't
Well,
worry
if
about
you
that.
tell me that you promise that, then that must be,
I mean,
like, come
It's one of
on.
those situations where, like, are we addressing the actual problem, or are we just
Mm-hmm.
doing shady things to try to prevent it? Right.
Yeah.
And that's bad design in general, regardless of what it is.
well,
Yeah.
people were bringing up keyboards with like the G keys, like Logitech
Yeah,
stuff,
like
or
mine.
whatever, and talking about that. And I'm like, well, that's hardware and all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't send the same command to multiple clients.
Yeah.
It
I don't
sends
know.
multiple commands to one client for macroing stuff.
Yeah.
And if you're using it to do some sort of fucking keystroke batching or macroing to start what is the word? Jesus, to start automating things, then yeah, you're going to get hit.
Yeah.
You're going to get hit for automation though.
Right.
Not multiboxing. It's like multiboxing is like under the umbrella of like the botting stuff, where it's like it's automating, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's like you're still doing a keystroke, but when you use things to send the same keystroke to multiple clients, you're in essence automating all those other clients that are not the main client.
Right.
So it's like a subcategory of it. So if people are, because somebody posted one thing where like they did a macro for like casting a spell, and however they set it up on their keyboard, the way it did it was it took each character as a command. So it was like you hit it and it would just do 38 keystrokes.
Yeah.
But it was like there was like new line characters. It was really weird. But
you can I'm looking at my software right now, right? And you can record keystrokes.
Allegedly looking at her software.
Oh my God. Whatever. I barely play WoW as it is, so if they wanted to take away my account right now.
No,
I'm kidding. I don't take away my account. I don't do anything nefarious. I promise, Blizzard. I promise. I said the magic words. No, I don't play enough to do anything nefarious. But anyway, looking at my software, it does. You can record keystrokes on there, and so you could hit, one of your G keys and have like.
Right. I think that they were expecting it to be like the cast macros that you do.
The cast sequence ones, which you can't do anymore.
No, just a regular cast. I'm pretty sure it was just /cast some spell.
Yeah.
And they tried to use WoW's macro language on their thing, expecting it to work the same. And what it did was it sent 38 keystrokes as if they had done /cast in the chat. And they didn't realize that.
Right.
And they kept using it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh.
Whoops.
Yeah, you could get in trouble for that. Because that's going to be caught or something like that potentially, because if it sends it all within, a tenth of a second, which it can, maybe not. I don't know the exact time, whatever.
I mean, it probably didn't send it all that fast.
It probably did.
It didn't do like a macro thing where it executes.
I don't know, but it's just those people were bringing those up as far as the hardware argument, where that's not really.
Now I'm curious.
That's not really a genuine argument for third-party hardware used to send. You know what I mean? It's like they didn't read the blue post. They didn't read the policy update.
Yeah.
They just saw hardware, and now they're trying to throw this other stuff out there like it is actually going to be an issue. And it's just like it's like you heard buzzwords that triggered a response, and now you're just throwing shit at the wall because that's what happens when you give people a public forum. They will just rant and rave about things, kind of like we do here, without any basis of fact at all, especially like we do here. So it's just not, I don't know.
Now I'm curious if I can actually make see, I can't, because I play a druid. I play a balanced druid, and it's on a priority system. It's not like a strict rotation, right? So, I get procs.
I don't think anybody.
I don't know that anybody. Yeah.
No, that's.
But anyway, that's fine. So it doesn't really make any sense for me to do, anything like that. But now I'm curious. Now I'm going to log in and see if.
Well, you also take into account you have to put in weights as well, because.
Yeah.
There's the GCD.
Well, sure, but I mean that's not hard to do.
But
I mean, so now I'll try this. Well,
she'll be banned by tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh no.
She'll be banned in time for raid.
Maybe I should do it on the PTR. Maybe I should make a free to play account and do it on that. So that way That doesn't.
Oh man, they'll IP ban you too if it's bad enough.
Oh, better fucking not. You just stop right now.
Oh no! I'm just so curious. If
I don't care. You're not gonna get us banned.
Okay. All right. That's good. I don't want to get us banned.
I don't either. So just be careful.
Okay.
Um,
I'm just gonna make one macro, just one, and just to see if I can cast a bunch of.
we'll be submitting this podcast in as evidence in the court hearing to try and get our accounts reinstated.
Oh no! Oh no!
Let it be known before the judge and jury that I have nothing to do with this. No, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Having people run around with armies of characters and just decimating things, or farming things, and ruining the economy. It
sounds like fun.
It does not. How does it sound like fun?
Sounds like fun.
The fun in it is not doing. The fun is setting it up, right?
Oh no. So a lot of those fancy multi-boxing things where you could do formations and stuff. Imagine 5 of your death knights death gripping in a star pattern in PvP.
No.
Wouldn't that be fun? What's death grip's cooldown?
I don't know.
Come on. What's it? It's probably like 30 seconds or something like that.
Maybe. Sure.
Ish.
I don't know.
There you go. You get enough death knights set up where you could form a polygon and just death grip the same person from one to the other.
I mean, that would be fun. It would be fun, but I mean, I don't know.
Well, even in like a dungeon, if you're like a caster or something and you have a bunch of casters together, you can sit and obliterate stuff by yourself as a solo. From a solo perspective, I could see how that would be fun.
Sure.
For me, I'm not going to go out and pay that money to do it, but
sure. I mean, sure, there is some enjoyment in going in and feeling overpowered and all that stuff. And if you're doing dungeons or raids, I mean, you're not really impacting anything except for the fact of the gold generation, right? I mean,
right. Well, and BOEs and shit like that too.
Yeah, I mean, so now granted, it's no different than if you took a group of 5 people in there and gave everything to one person. You know what I mean? So that part's not necessarily the same thing. But when you take, a group of 40 and you go out and you do a circuit of a map and you farm all the fucking Zenithid or whatever in Najdatar, it's just like, You've pretty much cornered the market, because like anybody else that's going out there is getting 1/40th of what you're getting if they can get to the nodes before they despawn, since you activated them. So I don't know. I mean, and sure, I get that people were talking about like the RP aspect of it, and like how people like to do like little parades and stuff like that. And sure, you're gonna lose the ability to create formations.
How many milliseconds are in a second?
1,000. That's why it's a milli, like a millimeter.
So
a million.
In how many milliseconds are in?
If there's 1,000.
Wait, what's my 1.3?
Milli, it's a million. Just a million. Just do
so 1,300.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why
That's
I married
13
you.
seconds.
Shut up.
That's what?
Don't mess with her.
Don't do that to me.
But no, like, so
All right.
sure, some of those formation things are gonna be gone. Whatever. Oh wow, so somebody's walking around with their people in a phalanx formation. Sure. You're waving your waving your dick around.
They're honestly good riddance, in my opinion. I think that I think that if you can't bot, you can't do any kind of automation at all. You know what I mean? Like it's been like a very long-term discussion in this community that has stretched well over 10 years probably at this point, So yeah, no, good riddance. Sorry about you.
Yeah, it was funny because a lot of the threads I was reading were like necro threads that had been like last responded to like 6 months ago or more, and like people were
The
like,
last time they did something.
"Shee-haw!" And I'm just like, why are you even bringing this back up? It's like, if you want to fucking do something, just start your own fucking thread. I don't know. Oh, I had something else I wanted to say and I forgot what it was.
Or does that ban like if you make a robot that sits here and pecks the keyboard for you and can like film the screen and tell what's going on? Does that
There's absolutely no way, unless they've hacked into your web camera, that they can tell that. Because if you build a robot like the yes.
a keyboard turner robot?
But like, unless you built a robot that had like super fast reflexes and could enter keystrokes faster than like, you know, like their actions per second were like on the level of like StarCraft 2 players, you know, which I would like to see anybody create a robot that could do that accurately and be programmable. I mean, you'd have to create a robot that had a finger for each.
A face keyboard smasher.
Yeah, you could, but so I mean, but unless you could always dial it back roller. So that the inputs were not, what's the word, too fast, right? You could control that, and they'd have absolutely no way to do that.
You could always use GNOME sequencer, and then, you know, that
Holy
rotates
crap.
that rotates the spells that are on that location, and just have it press a number, and then, you know, you could use something as simple as PowerShell to do image recognition on a screen. You know, even if you're using a camera instead of integrating it on the PC itself.
Let's not try to figure out ways to get around this.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Like,
no, I know it would
nowadays it is very accessible to create stuff like that.
It would definitely be a very interesting.
I don't think it's
experiment.
Very valuable at that point, but it would be interesting.
Oh, it's not, and especially because you can only do one thing at a time, unless you were to like do multiple screens and then have a camera on each screen. I don't know, and have multiple robots.
Yeah. So this is more like just botting one thing instead of trying to multi-box by all means. But
I mean,
that would be pretty wicked though if you had a screen set up of like, let's say 4 different instances on one screen.
Okay,
and then it was able
Brian,
to do everything. Yeah,
we're gonna do a thing. We're gonna buy a pet fish, and we're gonna have a fish kill Hogger. We're
have it level up.
We're gonna have a fish play WoW and have it kill Hogger. That'll be the main goal. Just by because like you saw the fish plays Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where just wherever it is on the screen is key inputs. If we can get a fish to go, well, I guess Hogger's not there anymore. Maybe we could do it in classic.
We'll get banned for that though, because that's automating input.
Let's email Ian because we're on such good terms with him, and see if he'll give us permission to do it.
He's gonna say, well, that's not no. No. Well.
It's a good idea though, but I mean, it's like we appreciate the feedback.
I would just like to point out that it does work.
But is it even effective?
Yes.
Well, she doesn't know she got banned.
Come look. It's effective. One button.
Are you like pausing and casting? Is
no,
that what you're doing?
I'm not. I am legitimately.
It's casting 2 spells.
Yes. That's all it needed to do was just cast 2 spells.
Are you
one right after the other
in order?
No,
no, she's got a no.
I'm hitting one key and it's casting 2 spells.
I am just amazed at how not working that is.
Oh, it's not working. Maybe cut this out.
What was she used to do it? I'm confused.
A Logitech keyboard.
My Logitech keyboard.
They have like certain keyboards have like macro buttons on them. like macro keys that you can
Yeah.
macro things to, and you could do she has shown you could do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it because it's not for me. It's not optimal.
It's not optimal for anybody.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just like, sure, you could have it do all kinds of things, but I think I'm pretty sure you would run out of shit on these things. I don't think they can hold that much in the way of commands and whatnot. So it's interesting to see it proven, but
yeah.
But you're also doing it on a regular timer, so it would almost be like you hit it just as it came up too. So it's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm not doing I'm not using that. I'm just it's
right. It's almost no different, other than it's one key instead of two keys.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're probably not going to get flagged for anything like that, but you may want to just delete that macro.
No,
it's not even a macro. It's in my Logitech thing, and
your G keys are macro keys.
Yeah.
So it's a macro.
Right.
It's not a wow macro.
But is it software side or is it? I'm sorry. Is it OS side or is it stored on the keyboard?
It's stored on the keyboard. It's in the keyboard. I did it. I made it in the keyboard software.
Well, the software's on your computer, and if it stores that
sometimes
information...
they save to memory on the keyboard, but it's probably not invoked from there.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
She's going to get rid of it, because it don't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not... I mean...
It was a test.
It was a test
of the emergency broadcast system.
Yeah. It's not, like, it's just... Yeah. It's dumb.
It's just like writing. It's like Hello World of macro keys.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I used to have a VB program to macro Star Wars Galaxy crafting because it was such a pain in the ass. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's not... WoW is really not the game that you need it in unless you're trying to cheat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. It's a mean for... It's an exploit, honestly.
I just deleted the macros, so it's...
You heard it here first, boys.
Yeah.
What the fuck word did I just say?
Boys. I guess that's...
I don't either.
Boys. I don't know. Yeah, it's
in
gone.
Other news...
It's gone.
In other news, recently, they decided that...
There's other news?
Yeah, yeah. They applied a hotfix recently that you and I have taken advantage of for PvP. They reduced the rating required to earn credit towards getting this season's amount of whatever spider it is from 1,400 to 1,000. So now Brian and I can get working on it.
Good job.
Barely. We won like 3 matches and got 1%.
We've determined it takes like 300 matches to get it.
I mean...
300 wins at 1,000 rating.
Well, it's a spider.
And I don't know. We don't do enough PvP to know if perhaps the higher your rating, the more percentage it goes up. I don't know. That'd be nice, but I don't know if we're really going to do that because we're kind of where we hover around anyway. So,
well, see, I saw somebody on the Twitch stream earlier today arguing about whether or not you lose rating once you get to a certain level.
It's below. What was it? There is a level, but I think...
They were saying like 1,200 or something like that.
No, that's bullshit. Because we dropped back under 1,000. I'm wondering if until you get to 1,000, you don't lose. But once you hit 1,000, you can start losing. Probably down to a certain point. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a doctor. But I know that there is a certain point where you don't lose it. And I don't know how that works. I really don't fucking care. I don't PvP that much, but it's nice to fuck around with it.
Making it a little bit more accessible for the noobs, right?
Yeah, like us, the noobs. Brian and Jim, the noobs of PvP. We go in and sometimes we win, sometimes we lose.
PvP noobs.
Yeah, sometimes we nuke down combos that really feel like they're going to destroy us. Like that druid.
Sometimes they melt. It's so weird.
We fought a druid and a shaman, and it was a boomkin, and I swear he was gonna freaking just nuke us with
They
Convoke.
were made out of butter.
And we destroyed the shaman.
I'm surprised.
And then I don't know what it was. I don't know if the druid got too close before he could get it, or whatever, because like A-Bomb Limb pulled him in and he panicked or what. But he didn't cast Convoke until like he was almost dead.
I'm shocked.
And I'm like, okay, well, you just fucking lost.
Yeah.
At this point, because yeah.
I'm shocked at that.
And then we had a fight that lasted like 5 minutes.
He was probably shocked at that as well.
Yeah, right.
That person was probably shocked.
And then we had what was a disc priest and what was the other one? It was
Was it a rogue?
Was it disc priest and a rogue where it was like
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was like 10 minutes. No, it wasn't 10 minutes. It was like 3 or 4 minutes.
No, well, yeah, it was like 3 minutes technically, but it was the longest, one of the longest matches.
Oh God, yeah, because it was just back and forth of just priest healing up and us burning him down and healing up and burning down.
We didn't know the rogue was so squishy the whole time.
I don't even know if that was it.
The priest was pretty on it.
He was healing them too, and it was just like we finally got him down because they got me down to about 20%, and I have the soul bind where when I hit 20% health, it casts a fear, and it feared them, and it allowed us to kill the priest. And then after that, the rogue was just gone. But it was nice. So
it was fun.
It was fun. So yeah, so if you are into PvP and you want to try and get a spider for, I guess, free, that's not 2 million gold, but is probably like, a third of your life instead, go ahead and do rated battlegrounds and whatnot.
Rated arenas.
So, rated arenas, right? Well, it's any rating, right?
Oh. Is
any
it?
rating?
Because rated battlegrounds would count too. It's win matches at a certain rating level. So if you're doing the 10v10 stuff, it should count too.
So I wonder if the rated BGs are weighted higher.
I don't know. Do you know 8 other people?
I mean, there might be open groups that are actually farming to do for the mount at that point then.
Yeah, we could look. I did a few of them with some people from the other guild we used to raid with, and it's just weird, man. It's just not what I expected. I don't know the strats for any of these maps or anything like that, and I'm just like going, I guess I'll just go here, and I'll just go there.
Oh, really? I thought it'd be more like unorganized.
Well, no, they got somebody saying, okay, somebody's go here, and we'll all go here, and whatever, and Jim will grip in the healer or whatever, and we'll try and get this healer first, and they say all this stuff. I was like, okay,
Jim will do that.
Insert the One Punch Man meme. One Punch Man meme, not One Punch Man.
One Punch Man.
It's like One Punch Man.
Just one punch.
But
one punch.
Yeah. So,
ma'am.
You know what we haven't done in a long time, guys?
Conspiracy Corner.
It's
wow.
It's conspiracy.
Do we have a conspiracy?
We do have a conspiracy.
Wait, what?
I came across a bit of juicy information that we can speculate on because it's not a giveaway. It's currently in the game, and there is a secret.
What?
So,
what's the secret?
If you're in Oribos, from time to time, you may see a raven near the flight path to Revendreth.
Really?
Will fly off. Who is associated with the Kirin Tor and is also flagged as a humanoid.
What?
Did you see this?
It has a Wowhead page, and there are screenshots of it.
Is it Medan?
Oh, is this patch or
it's there. I don't know if it was in the PTR or not. Fuck. But is Dadgar coming back?
Oh, or Medivh?
Medivh hasn't really. I mean, it was his spirit, right? After the last stuff, because Khadgar still has.
Where the is Khadgar, by the way?
He disappeared.
He's like, peace out.
It's called the Watchful Raven of Oribos. And it's in 902.
It's on Wildhead, you said?
Yeah, look for Watchful Raven of... a Watchful Raven.
Is it recent news at all?
It was from 902. We're in 905.
90210.
It is an elite NPC. It was added in 902. Classic type is humanoid. And
Oh my goodness.
Well, look at that.
yeah, some people are speculating that he's investigating the Dreadlords. This is just all Wildhead comments or whatever. But yeah, it's interesting. It is. And it's on a weird spawn timer too. So question is, what is it?
What is it?
Especially with the fact that it has an association with the Kirin Tor. So it's either Medivh. It's got to be Medivh. No, I'm sorry. It's Khadgar. Because I don't think Medivh was ever part of the Kirin Tor, was he?
Probably Khadgar.
Yeah, because he uses Adiesh because
Yeah.
he did that in Legion because he flew around as a raven. He's like, it's much more comfortable and you don't get saddle sword.
Wow. Somebody is bitter
Somebody
about
played
that.
somebody played a lot of Legion and heard that a lot. So
Somebody's bitter about that.
So are we going to finally see the return of Khadgar? Where has Khadgar been? Has he been locked
He
up?
took a vacation.
I mean, did he renounce the title of Watcher of Azeroth or whatever the fuck that was? Or the Protector of Azeroth? What?
Guardian?
Guardian. There's the word. Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
what?
I don't fucking know. We're talking lore shit that Jim should know and forgets words because Jim's an old man.
Oh, man.
Exactly. So I thought he renounced that stuff, or maybe he decided to go to the beach because the Legion was defeated, and that was kind of like his main thing.
That's what I think is what happened.
Or maybe he's been holed up in Karazhan, trying to. He was in Karazhan because Legion was. That's when the dungeon came out, and that's when Medivh's spirit was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of helped set him free because that was one of the cutscenes or whatever, right? There was a cinematic for that where he was talking to Medivh and like I want to say Sauron because I've been thinking fucking Lord of the Rings shit, but fucking whichever fucking Legion guy. Well, I can't think of any of their names.
Yeah. I'm.
Yeah,
not.
whichever one corrupted Medivh. Like, there was that kind of shit. So I don't know if he was there to help straighten stuff out, but he's not around. But maybe he is. So.
Maybe he is.
I don't know.
That's interesting. Okay. So go to Wowhead and look up the bird.
There's nothing there. There's like 5 comments going, is this Medan? Is it, or not Medan?
Oh my God, Medan.
No, Medivh.
Medan doesn't exist anymore.
No, he doesn't. And that was, I think we talked about it too,
Yeah.
but in the Chronicles,
That's
if you
funny.
look them up, it says page 404.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, really?
It does,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a fucking joke. It is a goddamn Easter egg. It's fucking hilarious.
Yep.
Because there is no page 404, and that's the joke.
Yep.
But anyway,
It's pretty
I don't know.
funny.
You guys got anything else?
No.
Nope.
I'm ready for TBC. That's it.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. So,
I'm gonna buy a boost.
God damn it. We'll just buy the mount packs, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, we're all gonna buy it. Don't we have to?
We're all gonna.
Right.
Wait, are we playing? We're gonna play Horde.
Yes.
Okay.
No, but you can't be a blood elf though,
Why?
because you're not talking into the microphone. But yeah, no. Thanks everybody for listening. It's been a pleasure. We talked about.
Has it been a pleasure?
Yes.
I am.
What does that mean? Are you pleasured by people listening?
Oh my goodness.
It's like reverse AMSR.
Wow.
It's
ASMR.
been a pleasure.
ASMR.
No,
AMSR.
it's AMSR.
AMSR.
It's AMSR, not ASMR.
Oh, okay.
Tune in to Jim on Twitch
listening.
on Sundays for his hot tub rage streams.
I still need to get that set up. Yeah, no, we talked about multi-boxing stuff, but that was like the second half. What was the first part? Oh, yeah, TBC coming out. We talked a lot about the Burning Crusade, about the deluxe packs that they're offering. We talked about multi-boxing and the hardware ban that came with it.
And how we definitely found out that you can't do stuff like that.
That's not multi-boxing. That's automation. That's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about maybe Dadgars showing back up. And Kristen did nothing wrong.
And we promise we're not using it for nefarious purposes. We promise, like all the other companies do.
Yes, because we are a company that has access to things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks everybody for listening, and we'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.